do some basic cleaning maintenance on our Whirlpool dryer. Make a little bit of noise today, but it probably needs cleaned up and cleaned out. It's probably got quite a bit of lint buildup inside it, under the drum and whatnot. So we're going to do some basic maintenance on it, things that anyone can do. And we got all of our tools available that we're going to be needing. Mainly got our screwdrivers, drive bit with a 1/4 inch drive for the bolts on the back. We have this, goes on the drive with these. You can use these and it'll clean out your vent tube that goes out. My vent tube is not attached together, so I can take it apart, but it's good to go ahead and run this through there because dryer lint sticks to the side of it, so it doesn't hurt to go ahead and spin it through when you take off each one of those pieces. So let's get started. First, power cord. Yes, see there is dryer lint everywhere. That's a good sign that things are blowing out where they shouldn't be. So that's something else we'll be cleaning up as well with our vacuum cleaner. This is just a little magnetic screw thing. Slaps to the side. You can toss your screws into it so you don't lose any of your screws as you take them out. All your screws can go inside there. Magnetic to the side. It's also magnetic in the center. It's also magnetic to the center so that your screws stick to it. So even if it's on the side like that. A couple of these my wife got me. They've been very handy at keeping hold of your screws. So let's get started. Got the power disconnected. Lay that down to the side. We're going to be cleaning that off as well. It's kind of dirty from the last time it was used. Get that cleaned up as well. First thing we have 2 screws up here. And the reason we'll be taking these out is because the chute that the dryer vent, that the filter or the lint catch grabs goes down through there, so you'll see why later that these are important. See, magnetic. 2 Phillips head screws. Pops those off. Now that we have those off, so now we're going to lift the lid. Now you're going to pull it forward and pop upward. What you're doing is you're having it removed from those 2 spots. Those 2 clip in place. So whenever you're pulling the top forward, you're lifted up. And if you had those 2 screws in there, you couldn't lift this up. Now, pulling it out a little bit more. Ours is on a pedestal, so you go ahead and take a look down through there. You'll see that there's probably lint built up inside there. That's where you would be using your brush, which I'll show you how that works. Clean that out. Clean out those ones up there. This lifts up out of the way, just like so. Now, the reason we're doing that is we're going to be removing the drum and cleaning underneath. Now, there's a couple processes to this. Right here, you have to disconnect your door connector here. Flathead screwdriver. Push in right here. It's full of fart. It's stubborn today. There's a little nub that it has to get over. Now that controls your door close button. Because if your door isn't closed, that wire controls this. And if your door is not closed, it won't turn on or run. So that's what that wire goes to. So now we have 2 1/4 inch bolts that are on the inside here. Right here, one here, one over here. Kind of a tight space, too big for our drill. So we use a little small socket. Oh, those front ones are bigger than that. Those are 5/16. Yep, 5/16. All the ones on the back are 1/4 inch. There's not enough room in here for the drill, so they're not very tight. We got one on the other side. Close that door up. As soon as it get loose, it's gonna lean forward if the door is open. Pops forward, screw in our holder. All right. Now, what you want to do, you want to push up on this. Hold that in place. You'll grab this because it is in 2 slide latches down at the bottom, and you lift it up. Pops out of place. Now, on your drum that your belt is hooked up to. Now you want to come underneath here and look underneath here. You're going to have your tension pulley right here, goes around. You can pull a little bit and it'll give you a little bit of slack to release it from your drive motor. Now it has a convenient carrying case.
Oh.
This whole thing slides out, moves over to the side. And while you got it out, you take a look here, make sure that this is still in good shape, not torn up, no breaks or cracks in it. Because if it did, that would cause a problem. Because then you would have to replace it. Because you want to have a good seal. Now if you look, there's a little bit of buildup in here. It's not bad. But here, you see that all these holes here, this is where all your air, because this is where your air comes in, this is where your air goes out. See how those are all clogged up? Those get clogged up, it tends to overheat, and I'll show you when we get into the back the issue with that. So there's your tension pulley. Take it out, put it over to the side. We'll collect the free money we get. So while we're in here, we will go ahead and clean that out real quick. While we're here, this is going to be a little bit louder. While you're in here, you're looking to make sure that your wheels are still in good shape. Making sure that they don't run, they're not tight, they're not running oblong, because sometimes these are made of plastic instead of metal. If they're made of plastic, they will start wearing oblong. You got two of them that the roller runs on, that your drum runs on. I replaced these about a year ago with metal that have metal spinning good, and that's what your drum rolls on as it rolls and turns. Brush type, slide it in there. Just do the sides real quick. So before we put everything back together on the front, we are going to open up the back and get it cleaned out, because I am going to clean out the chute and the dryer vent push through as well. Cleaning out the back, doing a good cleanup on that. Take the dryer, give it a good clean. With everything out of the inside, it's a little bit lighter to work with, and we'll be cleaning all the way around on the floor and everything. If you see on the back, it collects a lot of everything as well. So I'm gonna clean it up real quick before we start opening it up. Alright, so now there's a few things that you can do. Now this panel here controls everything that's inside here. It does collect dust. If you want to, you can go ahead and pop those screws off and take a look and see how dirty it is in there. These are front panel screws. These are dryer vents. And we get them separated. Boom, boom, boom. This thing is definitely a lifesaver, because all this dust and dryer lint that is all over the place, if I lost one of those screws down in there, I could never find it. Oops. Forgot to keep a hold of it. See how dusty and dirty it is inside there? So it doesn't hurt to go ahead and open it up and give it a good quick clean. Electrical wires, keeping them clean. See, there's a capacitor there. It's very important. I control everything this dryer does. Is that tiny little brain right there. All these wires are controlled by that tiny little bit. Kind of be careful when you're doing it. You don't want to hit it and knock it around. But this is an older dryer. The newer dryers are going to be a little bit more complicated. But me doing regular maintenance on this makes it regular maintenance on nice stuff myself. So we're going to go ahead and put this back panel on now that we got that all cleaned up. have to be super tight because you don't want to strip them out. There's some metal, there's some plastic. Either way, you don't want to strip them out. It's alright, you don't have to hold it. Panel's back on. So now we're working on the very back panel. So the back panel, this all comes off in one piece. This piece here, show you what's behind it, because it needs to come off too. Main circuitry. Dusty and dirty back there, so that we'll clean that up as well. So there's 3 main power. If you wiggle this, you'll see these 3 wires. That's all your main power connected to that. Make sure that they're tight. They are. Now you're saying that they're wiggling. You're wondering, well, that's not tight. The whole thing is wiggling, the top connector and the bottom connector together. If they were wiggling individually, that would be a problem. But they're tight together. So now we're going to go ahead and remove all the screws to the back. Now I will tell you that there are a couple screws missing. And the reason there are screws missing is because other people have worked on this. And we've had to have repairs done for things that have went out on it. And I'll show you what has gone out on it. Got one more? Yep. I missed a screw. Little bugger was hiding. It was hiding underneath. Sneaky little bugger. Again, saving grace. All my screws. So we're going to pop that off. Pull that out. Look on the back of it. See all that lint that is built up. If you look inside here, a lot of lint is built up inside here as well. Now, something else that we're going to, now this is your heating element right here. Inside this square right here, that's what actually heats up, and it blows air through here. There's a fan and a heater coil, and it blows air in, circulates, comes back out here. Comes back out here, runs down. Behind here, you'll see in a minute, there's a blower fan that sucks it out, blows the air back out through the vent there. This right here is an overheat solenoid. Those commonly go out. We had this has gone out on us twice. And me doing regular maintenance on this, making sure that this is cleaned out and that there's not buildup of lint. We've never had an issue of this going out on us or it overheating on us anymore. It's very valuable making sure that every load you clean out your dryer vent with every load. You don't just keep putting clothes in over and over again, because when that gets full, this overheats, it trips this, and whenever that trips, dryer won't work until it cools back down. Sometimes when that trips, it quits working altogether, so you need to get a new one. So we're going to go ahead and take this off. Screw holder. a problem. That is completely full of gunk and debris. And see this cover? This cover is a problem whenever it's shoved full like that. That becomes a problem. That's whenever it starts overheating. That's when it becomes a problem. So now we got to clean this up real quick. One helping me videotape this today is my son, and I also wanted him to actually see the importance of cleaning out the dryer lint trap. See how quickly that built up on that? Here, when you have this off, just take a look at these. Make sure that you don't have any fins that are busted or broken. Because if you do have any fins busted or broken, that is replaceable. It takes a little bit of work, but this is replaceable. You want to take a look in here, make sure there's no buildup behind it. Well, there is, so. And there is a buildup there that I'm going to clean out. While you're here, might as well do it. Reach in there and run your finger over top of that overheating, because that piece, there's a hole behind it and it catches the air that goes through there, and it's checking for overheating. So just some buildup. See, there's some buildup around the louvers. Now the biggest cleanup. Look at the inside of this. Oh, that's some stuff. Okay, so we are officially complete with cleaning that up. So what we're going to do before we put that back on there is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our spin attachment. Go ahead and put that on there. And then this attaches directly to the drill. Take our dry bolt. Something else that my wife got me. We're gonna take this and run it. That catches all the things you can't see. Look at all that just falling out down at the bottom there.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
You know, sometimes they do because they just screw on. Now, if it happened in a deeper spot, that would have been a problem. Just like that, it keeps doing it. Oh, I know why. I know what the problem is. I gotta put the drill bit on reverse. Gotta put the drill on reverse so it. With our hands, I'd be vacuuming it out as I was doing it, but I don't. Change bits. Tip. Now that's, I changed to the larger size. Now this one is what you would use on your tubes. It goes down inside there and spins and cleans them out really good, really quick. We're gonna use it on this real quick. Too big for that one. I think we got it good already. But as it build up, now the last time I cleaned this dryer really good was about 5-6 months ago. So that tells you how much buildup. So imagine if you didn't do it for years. Put it in there real quick. A lot of dirt. Okay, so now we are at the point where we're going to put it back together, and we're going to clean out the tubes and then clean up all the lint and dirt around the outside of the machine. Then we start off with putting this back on. And it's not going to be perfect, but you got most of it out. Take a look down through there. You'll see how clean it is down in there compared to how it was. You've seen everything that came out. And this is where your dryer vent catch slides down in right there. So that's what catches the air, but goes through there. And you've seen how much was attached to that, how much was coated on there. That's where it seems a lot of overheating problems happen. Back into place. Grab our screws, and now we had some screws missing, so we need to grab our, switch out this one for this one. Yes, we will be going back to that to do the tubes real quick. Four screws on this, so there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to be putting in place. Pay attention. You do have a wire right here. Make sure you don't pinch that.
Oh dang!
Not magnetic bit. Downfall to that. I do have some magnetic bit somewhere, but I didn't grab this today. And 4. So that's our lint catch and our outflow of air.
That screw organizer was only $15 at Walmart, and it was only $15 because it was a set.
Yeah, I have 2 of them. I got a round one as well. Alright, so take this, slide it. Forgot to clean that off, so we got to clean that off real quick before we put it back on. Because it's kind of covered as well. Got to give bit of good cleaning first. That's cleaned up. Put the bag. I could use a good run through. These dryers is all about air ventilation. That's what all these slots are for. It's for circulation of air. It sucks in air, it blows back out air, but it's got to suck in air, and it's got to be able to blow out air without issue. Slide this up into place. Screw goes in. It is the one that's hiding on us. This mine had a slot that it could slide up into. Not all of them do. So if yours does, like mine, fantastic. Makes it easier, see? Holds it right in place for you. You put on all your other screws. Now this screw here you don't want to put in yet because that's that little plate sitting up there on top. Really wish I would have found my magnetic one. Should have brought those. Alright, grab that little plate that's sitting on top there. Go ahead and put that one on.
This one?
Yep. Now this little plate looks like it has a hole for a screw, and then it has this slot. The screw doesn't go in there. That goes into that little slot right there. Goes in right there, and it slides over for your screw. And it's covering up your electrical connections. And then you put your screw in. Alright, so this is where we have to be sparing because maintenance guys have lost screws, so we got 4 screws left, so I'm going to do the 4 corners. It actually has 6 screws. Some maintenance guys, when they lose things, they're not going to look for them twice. Once they lose it once, they're in the mindset of didn't need it anyways. This one seemed a little stripped, so I'm going to pop it out. I'm guessing the maintenance guy strip that one. I'm going to move it up to the second hole that here. I know that one ain't stripped. He must have stripped out that hole. So that's how we got the backpack on. These screws here are screws for the up and back. But before we get started anywhere else, like I said, this is sitting up on a pedestal. So make ourselves some room, clean up our area where the dryer is sitting, all the lint and everything that's around there. I'm going to get all that cleaned up first because ventilation needs air. And what is the biggest thief of air?
Lint.
Plenty of.
You have to take off that piece, put that piece on, and then put that other piece on the end.
On this end?
No, there's a hole that it lines up to in there.
Okay. And this will go in the end here?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to get all this up here while
It's very dirty.
I'm here. Yes. Oh, that's part of the laundry.
Well, this room also didn't always used to be a laundry room, so.
Lint that has kind of floated around. Now, before we work on the floor area, we're going to go ahead and clean out our tubes real quick because that's going to bring more dust to the area, so no need to clean and then re-clean. Now, this kit comes with several of these, so if you have a very large in wall, because some of these are in the wall, you can't take them apart like mine comes apart. You can't take them apart, so you can connect these together and you make sure that your drill is in reverse. You don't want it to be in drive, you want it to be in reverse so that the pieces stay together. And then what you do is you would take your thing, just now, if by chance, I'll show you this real quick, if by chance you have the type that don't come apart and it runs up into your wall behind your drywall and whatnot, so you don't have access to it coming apart, these pieces go together like this. Now this entire kit, it's just your basic vent cleaning kit. I think it was $15 on Amazon.
Yeah.
So you can make it up to, I think goes up to 30 feet in connection. If you have more than 30 feet of connection for your dryer vent, somebody did something wrong, but that's neither here nor there. It's not my business to be worried about. But disconnected. But if this was your wall, and that's how it would work if it was, see how much cleaner that is down through there? It's all that lint out of there. Mine comes apart in pieces.
Ew.
Mine comes apart in pieces, so I can snap it all back together. Back together, snapped apart. But we do have to run it up through that one because that one is connected.
How many feet is that? Like,
That's only about a foot and a half to 2 feet there. That. And I'll run it down through these two pipes real quick. Again, I'll go ahead and do that one first. But before I do, like this, slide this down, slide it off my pedestal.
ew.
Go ahead and clean up around this pedestal. Now, I'm assuming that the pedestal was here before when we bought it, and I'm assuming it's just because it raises it up high enough that you just pull the stuff out into a basket, so you don't have to bend over and pull it up out of the dryer. We don't need this much for that. I was just showing you that for demonstration purposes. So we'll go ahead and shrink it down one. Now, I will tell you that after you get done doing this on this one, on your connection side, that one goes out to your outside, you will have some lint outside on your ground. you have the type that's in your wall, you're not going to be able to see how much lint is in there, but just doing a couple good passes, you'll be able to see that it's much cleaner in there than it would have been. This would have been full of lint, and you're just cleaning out. See how much lint's laying down in there? This tube, all you're doing is breaking and busting it up. Now, whatever you can get to come out of the end of that tube, the better. I will vouch for that. The more you can get out of there, the better, but the more that you got it broke up, even if it's loose in there, that is a good thing, because whenever it's loose in there, then whenever you hook everything back up, get everything connected back together, you turn on your dryer, it'll blow it all out. Get it all blowed out, get it all cleared out. All that dust that you've seen in there will be gone. Snap these back together like that. This one slides up there like that. Well, we'll put this over to the side for right now, because we have to do our next step first. We got cleanup work to do.
Oh, don't forget to clean the dryer thingy.
Go ahead. Lift up our pedestal and move it out of the way. Make it easier for cleaning around it.
That inside is cleaned.
See how much lint builds up back there? Oh!
It was full of lint.
Yep. Much cleaner than it was. Step back from there, please. Put our pedestal down. Just towards the back. Just want to make sure. I don't think it's the same width one way.
I don't think it matters.
I think it's wider this way than it is this way, but I'm not positive, so I want to kind of have the same orientation. That one's at the back, so it being in front won't hurt anything. And now we're going to go ahead and move our dryer back over. And the dryer is much lighter because it doesn't have the drum and everything in it, so we can put it back very easily. Copy. Now our dryer vent. Back up in place. Down here. Slide back in place over here. That's back in place. Now, actually, what we're going to do, because when I lift this up, it's going to crush my tubing. So we're going to go ahead and pop this off for now. I'll put that on last when we are completely done. Crushing our tubing. With our plug, we are not plugging it in yet.
Unless you want to get electrocuted. I don't recommend it.
Don't recommend it either. Now we are going to take our slack adjuster back in there. Make sure that it's still in good condition. It's not wore out, cracked, or broke. Still looks good. right there. So now we're going to grab our tub. Now, remember our convenient carrying case. This went to the back of our dryer. It's going to seal around right here. That's where it seals at. It seals all the way around there. The drum, this slot right here is where those two wheels ride in that drum.
Oh, your sock adjuster thingy fell.
That's alright. Catch it in a minute. Now, you're holding it up and taking a look and make sure that it's sealing against the back there. And you're going down in here. Slack adjuster in place. Okay, so you're going to have this go around your slack adjuster. Pull it through the bottom of the slack adjuster. You're going to see where it's through the slot there. And then you're going to slowly move it with your fingers until you can get it to go around your two sides on these, and you'll be able to see pretty clearly where your if this is too loose, you're going to need to replace it. But this one seems to be pretty tight. But if you look, there's slots. And make sure the slots are downward. The reason you want to make sure your slots are downward is down here on this spindle here. It goes around your motor. It has slots as well. I don't know if you can see the slots through there or not. But this spindle has slots. This right. Get that out before we go any further. Oh, that's someplace we forgot to clean. So we'll let that sit there.
What is that?
Right there. Got to clean inside of this. Free money. Got some lint on the inside of this we need to clean out. So, it's released here, right? This released here. Start this process all over again. Try not to drop the screws this time. Up a little bit. Find our slots. One slot. Other side. Another slot. Now, we got to try not to lose our screws down inside again. Got it with my thumb. Maybe I'll start it with my fingers first just to make sure. Almost there, almost done. And we're just doing it. And you don't want to over tighten these because they will strip pretty easily too. Putting them in with my fingers first is better. So then I don't lose the screws down inside. To reconnect our door close switch. top. Now, as you remembered, I told you that these here, they just clip. Everything is in place, I think. No, this side didn't go in place. There we go. Alright, let's slide it back a little bit. Back on the pedestal. Now we got 2 more screws left. And these are Phillips head screws. Now, you definitely don't want to drop these. You drop these down in there, you got to take everything apart to get it out. And that's not something that you want to have to do. And yes, I probably could have found my Phillips head bit for my drill, but it's not that hard to go ahead and throw my screwdriver. Just don't drop those screws down inside there, because if you do, you have to take everything apart. And how do I know this? Because I've had to take everything apart. So,
Was it fun?
yes, we have to take everything apart just to get to it. Now we're going to put our tube back on, so we didn't crush it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I probably should have turned the pedestal around, and I'm seeing why. Because this side's showing wood, and I bet you the other side that was white. Oh well.
It was. I think it was to match the floor, the laminate.
Yeah, it's in the basement. Mama don't see it.
I don't think she would honestly care. As long as her dryer worked.
Alright. We are connected. Now, slide this in. Now, you don't want to push it back too far. You want to give it some room, because you don't want to crush your tubing. Because if you crush your tubing and get any cracks or anything in here, you're going to have problems with it leaking, and you don't want that to happen. So then we have to go over here, straighten it out. Yeah, wood on the opposite sides. Yeah, I should have turned the pedestal back down around the way it was, but I'll do that on the next cleaning. So we'll go ahead and plug it back in. Now, time for the test. Go ahead and turn it on that. Start her up. Ready? Hear that little bit of sound? That's the loose that was in there. But now we're gonna open it up. Feel and see if we got heat in there. Make sure that everything's still warming up. Yep, we got heat inside. So now I can show you inside here. What I'll do is I'll close this. Go ahead and push the start button. See how everything turns nice and smooth. You want to make sure that your drum is not weeble or wobbling back and forth. If it is, then one of your wheels might be going bad. That's how I found out that my other wheels that were plastic that started wearing an oblong pattern. Your heat comes in there. Look, you can see where it's kind of red. That's your heating element heating up. Your air goes back out there. That's what we cleaned. It was really gunked up. This dryer has a sensor on it for telling whether or not the clothes are dry enough, and it will shut off whenever the clothes are dry enough. There is a light bulb in the back here. Up to you if you want to change that. That one works intermittently. Sometimes it comes on, sometimes it comes on. Most people, I'm not sure who actually needs a
Floating in the dark.
A light bulb in their dryer.
To make sure you got everything out.
So that is all there is to it. That is doing maintenance on your dryer. Doing maintenance like that, like I said, the last time I did this was 5-6 months ago that I did a good clean out of this. So you can see how much buildup there was in just in 5-6 months time. If you use your dryer a lot, it's probably recommended. Ours gets used roughly 3 to 4 times a week. If you use yours a lot more than that, you're going to have to probably want to do that type of thing to it about once every 3 to 4 months, because it builds up quick. But a dryer's biggest foe is no airflow, and lint takes the life away from it. Until next time, we will work on our washer. There's a couple maintenance things that we'll do on it another time that I'll show you. But until next time, that's doing maintenance on our front load Whirlpool dryer. So until next time, have a Be good and be safe.